Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's PBE, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peeps. Today, we're getting nerdy. And I'm not gonna lie, these are my favorite type of videos, or at least one of my favorite type of videos to do. We are going to be talking about Estinien in English, or Estinien's story arc in Heavensward. Now, I'm not going to hide anything. This video is spoiler central. Everything's a spoiler. So if you haven't finished Heavensward, it's fantastic. Go do that. Leave this one in your watch later pile. But right now, if you're not into spoilers, this ain't it for you today. But if you are, or you've been through it, or you don't care, some people are like that. I'm looking at you. My husband, it's my husband. He's that guy. Weird, right? Then you're welcome here, and we're going to talk about all the good stuff. But before getting into that, if you do like this sort of stuff, you like the lore, you like the deep dives, you like nerdy stuff, you're home. Hit that subscribe button because listen, we tend to do nerdy here pretty well. Alright, let's look into what is so amazing about Estinien's arc right now. I'm not big on disclaimers, but I want to make this perfectly clear. The only other MMORPG I've ever played is World of Warcraft. Yes, I've moved on. No, I haven't played since. However, I can't help but make some comparisons, and you will see them here and there and from time to time on the channel in general. That's not me shitting on it. No, we're not going to do that here. I don't like something, you're allowed to say, you know what, not for me, or I prefer this, I prefer that. That's how it's going to be. So if you're looking at this video and being like, she's going to shit on them, you see, no. But you'll see pretty quickly that I do prefer the writing style of Final Fantasy XIV. Either way, have some fun. This is a positive video. Let's get into it. Estinien's character does a full 180. I mean 100% 180. There's lots of numbers there. I know. We meet him and he is a vengeful bastard who wants nothing more than to rip apart every single living and breathing dragon he sees. Yeah. And I mean, who can blame him? He lost his entire family to dragons. It's why he took up the Azure Dragon title anyway. And we finish it with him feeling sorrow for dragons and him walking away knowing that he's a better man. It's a huge amount of change in someone in a short period of time, and they nail it. There's really 3 major defining moments with Estinien. 2 of them are Ysael, right? Remember the story when he walks in and he first finds out that no, the dragons weren't the bad guys in this story. The nobles were. His family was. Descendants, you know what I mean. And he takes that back and he's still quite adamant. He's still quite about it. That first moment where he starts to look at it and be like, maybe, is when Ysael realizes that what she was taught and what she believes is also not factual. That Shiva is not her, it's her manifestation. Only then does he take the time and realize, I'm like Ysael too here, right, in this story. And you kind of see his conversation shift. You see him mention it maybe here and there, well, if that happened, and little things like that. But that's the first shift. That gets gradually bigger. But the next major shift, the true, I'm fighting for the dragons, not against them, came at Ysael's death. He projected himself into Ysael very early on. And watching her die was a bigger sharp dagger to the heart than anything else to him. That changed his entire thought process. That moved him from to no, we're not doing vengeance today. I do not choose violence. I mean, he's still a stabby guy, but you see where I'm going. And that third moment, the real moment where he truly sets himself 100% free, is with Nidhogg. When he becomes Nidhogg and sees that black soul and that black heart of vengeance, it's consuming him. He sees what he could have become. He doesn't want it. He got it. Fully. Truly. No exception. So those 3 moments are his story arc's major points. The growth is so beautifully displayed, and it is incredible. And you want to know something cool? Think about it. Blizzard would have had the same story. We would have never fought Nidhogg in this expansion. No ma'am. That is an entire other expansion. They could have made a killing on the Nidhogg Dragon expansion. But they didn't. The original story arc for Heavensward has the first 2 points in Estinien's true discovery, and was a great storyline in its own. You know, after that, they could have had patches of him silently coming for attacks. That attack on Vidolfnir, that could have been a thing. But no, they chose to give us the satisfaction of what happens to him in its entirety. There was enough content in Heavensward, just the rebuilding of a nation, because that's what it is, an entire nation, and its entire foundation is ripped from it. How many gangs, how much violence, how much usurping, there's content for days just in that, and they only touch in that. Instead, they gave us the juicy bits of Estinien's story. This is like going to a restaurant, getting the best meal you've ever eaten, and then they throw in the dessert for free. And if they would have sold it as a separate expansion, fuck, we would have bought it. We would have been happy. Here, Square, take my money, please. But no, they had a story to tell, and they told it in its entirety. And there's something to be said about that type of story writing. They didn't stretch it. They didn't put holes in the story to make it larger. They told it in its entirety. So, to be perfectly honest, I was incredibly surprised to see the conclusion of Nidhogg. I thought it would have been another expansion. I even was thinking, man, that might be what Stormblood's about. See, as obvious, I have no clue what I'm talking about, but you see what I mean. It would have been easy. They didn't choose easy. They chose storytelling, and it shows. Let's talk about the pacing though. This was paced incredibly. This wasn't rushed by any definition. You didn't feel like they were trying to shove it to make sure it all fit in the same expansion. No, it felt organic. The conversations with Estinien and between Ysael, between yourself, they feel like real conversation. I mean, as real as a conversation can be about dragons, but it felt real. This was somebody who was conflicted amongst himself, and when you're speaking to people who are in the middle of changing their mind about something, you'll see them spit something here. Oh, go back to your old ways. No, let's spit something back here. Well, maybe. No, maybe. They nailed that. We leave this story with a very satisfying and symbolic ending, which I'm not sure if everyone caught the symbolism there. I had to watch it again to really catch it. Him leaving his bed to unseen, not knowing where he went, is freedom. He's free. He is free from his thoughts. He is free from his heart. He is free from his blackened soul. They could have put the armor in a cage and it would have been just as strong as a symbol. He was out of his cage. He was free. And it's subtle. They didn't scream it. They didn't have Alfino try to explain it to us afterwards. That's storytelling. When you don't have to explain it. Beautiful. And I have to admit, Heavensward is that type of story writing for absolutely fucking everything. Let's be real. But we're going to do a separate video with Heavensward because there's a lot more to it. And there's some like political stuff in there that I want to add. Like, that's a whole other video and it's going to be good. I am waiting to finish Heavensward because I've got it half written and I'm like, ooh. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really, really, really falling in love with this game and its writing, and this is filling a lore hole I had that I never thought I had. But what do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you liked this video, give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't, well, cool. Be honest with me. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Bonus points if you tell me why you didn't like it. Feedback is the best way to improve. And if you like lore, nerdy stuff, Final Fantasy, gaming, nerdy stuff, or I don't know, me, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, ring that bell. That way you'll get notifications from all my upcoming videos and live streams, which we do a lot. We stream 3 nights a week and upload at least once a week. So turn the bell on. You'll never miss it. We've also just launched channel memberships, a 110% optional way to support the channel. You get a little emojis to use in the chat. That's all it is. It is optional help, not required, but she's there. Just figured I'd let you know. But in the meantime, have a legendary day. Thanks so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. No, really, they would have made a fucking killing with a dragon expansion. Think about it. And on top of that, Nidhogg had 2 eyes. You could have made this a battle to end all battles. But they chose storytelling over a cash cow. I think I'm gonna cry. That's pretty good.